Hello and welcome to this video in which I will be telling you all about our new feedback feature. Let's say you've just opened a new restaurant and you want to know what your customers' experience was in your restaurant, or you want to know if your staff was friendly to them. In that case, you can create a feedback form in Sayl. Firstly, you will have to log into your Sayl account, and then we're going to Sayl Resto within the menu, Orders, and then you will see the option Feedbacks. Here we will add a new form, and we will give this a name. I will name mine Friendliness, and I will base it on the friendliness of my staff towards my customers. I will enter a start date and an end date, and this means I will in this case do the entire year of 2022, and this means that everyone who orders in between these dates will receive this specific feedback form. Now we're going to give the form a title and a description. So for example, we would like to know how friendly our staff was with our customers. This description and this title will not be visible to your customers. These will be visible to the admin and the employees to know what the form is about. Then we're going to configure the email. You're going to select how many minutes after ordering will your clients receive this feedback form. I would keep it at 120 minutes in this case, or at least 60 minutes. And then after that specific time, the customer will receive this email to fill in the feedback form. You're going to give your email a subject, of course. So for example, how friendly were we with you? And the title can be the same in this case, with you. And then you're going to select a message. So for example, you are a VIP client and your opinion matters. Please tell us how friendly were we with you. And then here you can manipulate the language if you wish. Now we're going to add questions. There's two types of questions, stars or user input. Stars are for ratings and user input are free text questions. So let's start with stars, and we're going to name it friendliness. Make this a short name up here, and then we're going to give the question a title. So how friendly were we with you? Then you're going to select the number of stars allowed. So for example, 5 stars or 10. In most cases it's 5 or 10. And then you're going to select your default value. I would recommend this to be the average of what you have here. So for example, 5 for default value if your number of stars allowed is 10. In this case, I will do 5 stars allowed and 3 default value as the average. You can select that you want to use the score of this specific question for your overall ratings. I will not do it in this case. And you can also select that the question is required to be answered in order for the form to be submitted if you want to. And then you can add another question. And we're going to make this a different type of question. Let's say, tell us more. Tell us more. And it will be free text. So the customer will be able to explain the rating of that star question, why they gave that specific rating. Then you're going to enter a response to your customer after they've given feedback. So for example, thank you for your feedback. We look forward to seeing you again soon. There we go. If we scroll up on the right, we can see that there are filters that can be applied. So you can restrict this feedback form on certain shops so that only 1 or 2 shops, if you're a chain, if you have multiple restaurants, are included. Or you can select certain services for which it is included and exclude others. So for example, only click and collect and eat in. and then it won't be available for these two. Then you click save, and we go to feedbacks, and we can see that we've created an active feedback form. Now let's see what it looks like when a customer receives this form in their email. So here we see how friendly were we with you and our message that we'd set up, and then we're going to give the feedback. And then here you can see that we set the default at 3 stars. And let's give this 4 stars and then tell us more. We can say great service. And then we click submit. And then we see our message that we set up after the customer gives their feedback. Thank you for your feedback. We look forward to seeing you again. And now let's go back to Sayl and see what this looks like in our feedback entries. So here we see we have an entry, and this is what our customer told us. So we see the rating they gave us, we see the text that they wrote, and we can see who this customer is. We can see which order it is related to, how much money they spent, what service they spent it on, which restaurant, the order number, the date and the time, of course, their email address, their phone number, and their name. And that's it.